Life is filled with challenges, uncertainties, and moments when you feel completely exhausted. But these very moments are where growth begins. It's in suffering that we discover who we really are. Most people quit when things get tough. They walk away when it hurts. But you're not like most people. Are you? You want more. You want to push through because deep down, you know the pain you are experiencing is the price of transformation. Every time you hit a wall, every time the weight of life feels unbearable, that's where the breakthrough lies. Success does not happen in comfort zones. Growth does not happen without discomfort. You must embrace the struggle and find the courage to continue, especially when you don't feel like it. It's not about waiting for motivation to strike. It's about creating it by moving forward even when you are crawling. In life, you will come across moments that test your patience, resilience, and willpower. But this is where champions are made. The ones who achieve greatness are not those who had it easy. They are the ones who suffered, who kept going even when the world told them to quit. You must be willing to embrace the grind. Every day, you need to wake up with the mentality that today, you're going to be better than you were yesterday. It won't always be glamorous, and most of the time, it will be lonely. There will be nights when no one cheers for you, days when your efforts seem meaningless. But it's in those quiet, unseen moments that the real battles are won. These are the times that shape your character, that mold you into the person you are destined to become. The truth is, life will not hand you what you want just because you desire it. Dreams demand sacrifice. If you want something bad enough, you must be willing to give up the excuses, the distractions, and the need for instant gratification. There is no easy road, no shortcut to success. Everything worth having will require effort, dedication, and a willingness to suffer through setbacks. Failure is inevitable, and it will feel like a slap in the face. But here's the thing, failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey, a stepping stone that moves you closer to where you need to be. Those who succeed are not the ones who never fail. They're the ones who refuse to give up after failing. Every failure carries a lesson. Learn from it, grow from it, and use it to fuel your fire. Your mind will try to convince you to quit. It will whisper lies that you aren't good enough, that the goal is too far, that the pain isn't worth it. But your mind is a liar. You have more inside you than you realize. You are capable of enduring far more than you think. The only way to discover your true potential is to keep going when you feel like giving up. When your legs feel heavy and your spirit feels crushed, that's when you dig deeper. It's in that moment when everything inside you is screaming to stop that you push just a little harder. Greatness is found on the other side of struggle. It's found when you choose to keep moving forward one step at a time, even when the journey feels impossible. The road ahead will not be easy. There will be days when the weight of the world sits on your shoulders. You will be tired, frustrated, and overwhelmed. But in those moments, remind yourself why you started. Remember the dream that set your heart on fire. Think about the person you are becoming through the process. You are not just working towards a goal. You're building a mindset, a way of life. Every day, you have a chance to show yourself what you are. Success is not about luck or talent. It's about consistency, discipline, and relentless effort. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. The people who reach the top are not the ones who had everything handed to them. They're the ones who showed up every day, no matter how hard it got, no matter how many times they were knocked down. They're the ones who chose to suffer through the pain, knowing that the reward was worth it. And that's exactly what you need to do. You need to show up day after day, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts, because the pain you feel today will become the strength you rely on tomorrow. So keep going, keep grinding, keep fighting. There will come a day when you look back at all the struggles and realize that every ounce of pain, every tear, every sleepless night was worth it. You will stand at the top, not because life was kind to you, but because you refused to quit. You made the choice to suffer through the hard times, and that choice made all the difference. This is your story, and you are the hero. The question is, how badly do you want it? Are you willing to suffer for your dreams? Are you willing to endure the pain, the doubt, the fear? Because if you are, nothing can stop you. You are unstoppable. Now go out there and show the world what you are made of. Keep moving forward, even when it feels like every part of you is begging to stop. The world won't hand you anything. It doesn't care about your excuses, your struggles, or how tired you are. Life rewards those who stay relentless. You have to embrace the grind every single day, knowing that success is built in those small, invisible moments when no one is watching. When others are sleeping, you must be working. When others quit halfway, you push all the way through. It's not about being the strongest or the fastest, it's about being the one who refuses to surrender. You don't need perfect conditions to succeed. You only need the will to keep going. There will be times when the road feels endless. The progress may seem so small that it feels like you are going nowhere. But that's the trap. Progress is rarely obvious when you're in the middle of it. Growth happens gradually, and breakthroughs come to those who keep chipping away. Imagine a stonecutter hammering a rock 100 times. On the 100th strike, the stone splits wide open. Was it that final strike that broke the stone? No, it was the cumulative effort of all the strikes that came before it. And that's exactly what you're doing. Each day you show up, each time you push through pain, you are cracking the rock of your limitations. Understand that you will not always feel inspired. Some mornings, you will wake up exhausted, unmotivated, and unsure why you even started. These are the moments that separate winners from everyone else. Winners understand that motivation is fleeting. It's a spark, not a constant flame. Discipline is what keeps the fire burning. And discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when it's the last thing you want to do. It means getting up when your body is aching, working on your craft even when no one applauds, and chasing your dream long after the excitement has faded. You are in a battle with yourself, your doubts, fears, insecurities, and every voice inside your head that says, "This is too much." But the truth is, everything you want lies on the other side of that voice. When your mind tells you to quit, that's exactly when you must keep going. The finish line is often closer than it seems, but most people give up just before they reach it. Don't be most people. Be the person who fights for their dreams until the very end. Be the person who proves that no amount of pain, struggle, or failure is enough to stop them. The pain is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Think of the people who depend on you, those who believe in you. Even if they are few, they may not say it out loud, but they are watching you. They need you to succeed because your victory will inspire them. Sometimes, you are not just fighting for yourself. You are fighting for everyone who has ever doubted you, for everyone who never believed in you, and for everyone who silently hopes you succeed. Your journey is bigger than you. When you succeed, you become living proof that it's possible to rise, no matter the odds. And that is a responsibility you must take seriously. The clock is ticking, and time waits for no one. Every moment you waste doubting yourself is a moment you could use to grow. There is no better time to start than now. You don't need to have all the answers, and you don't need to be perfect. All you need to do is take the next step, and then the next and the next. Small steps, every day, add up to extraordinary results. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. Each day you resist quitting, you win. Each day you show up, you win. Each day you keep going, you become a little stronger, a little wiser, a little better than you were before. There will be days when you question everything. You'll wonder if the sacrifices are worth it. You'll wonder if the sleepless nights, the endless hours of work, and the constant grind are leading anywhere. But trust me, they are. The struggle you are enduring now is preparing you for the success you have yet to meet. Every setback is setting the stage for a comeback. Every moment of doubt is building your inner strength. And when the day finally comes when you stand at the top, looking back at the path you've traveled, you will know that it was all worth it. You will realize that the person you became along the way is far more valuable than any trophy or title. So, take a deep breath and keep going. The road may be tough, but you are tougher. You are built for this. Every drop of sweat, every tear, every failure is part of the process. This is your time to rise. No one can do it for you, and no one can take it from you. You have everything you need within you. The only question is, will you keep going? Will you embrace the pain and use it to build something great? Or will you let it break you? The choice is yours. Suffer now, so you can live the rest of your life as a champion. This is the moment where everything changes, not because life suddenly becomes easier, but because you decide that nothing will make you stop. You've come too far, sacrificed too much, and endured more than most people would ever dare. There is no turning back now. You owe it to yourself to see this through. The days you thought you couldn't go on but did anyway, the nights you cried in silence but kept working, all of it is part of your story. A story of resilience, of relentless pursuit, and of victory over every obstacle that tried to break you. The pain you feel now is shaping you, refining you, carving out a version of yourself that you didn't know existed. Pain is not your enemy, it's your teacher. It's here to show you how strong you really are. When you embrace it, instead of running from it, you realize that it's not the pain that defines you. It's how you respond to it. Winners don't avoid suffering. They learn to suffer well. They understand that the struggle is temporary, but the lessons last forever. Every time you get back up after being knocked down, you rewrite the narrative of who you are. You go from being someone who tried to someone who triumphed. And let me tell you something important. There are no shortcuts. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to drag you across the finish line. It's all on you, and that's exactly how it should be. Because when you achieve what you set out to do, when you finally taste the success you've been grinding for, it will mean something. It will mean everything. And it will mean more because you earned it. Not because it was handed to you, but because you fought for it when others quit, because you stayed the course when others gave in to doubt. Somewhere along this journey, you'll begin to understand that the real prize is not the destination, but the process. It's the person you become through the grind. The late nights, the early mornings, the failures, the small wins, these are the things that shape you into someone unbreakable. You're not just chasing a goal. You're building a mindset, a legacy, a life worth living. And that's something no one can take from you. So, what are you waiting for? This is your time. No more excuses. No more waiting for the perfect moment or the right conditions. They don't exist. All you have is right now. The pain, the struggle, the uncertainty, these are signs that you're on the right path. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But it's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be worth it. Right now, the only thing standing between you and everything you've ever wanted is your ability to keep going. It's not your talent, not your connections, not your circumstances. It's your willingness to endure. Your ability to say, I'm not done yet, even when you feel like you have nothing left to give. Because here's the truth. There will never be a perfect moment when you feel 100% ready. But you don't need perfect. You just need to move. Take that next step, no matter how small. Make that next decision, no matter how uncertain. Keep moving, even if all you can manage is one step at a time. There's a version of you waiting on the other side of this struggle. A version that is stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you ever thought possible. But to meet that version of yourself, you have to endure this moment. You have to be willing to do the hard things, the things no one else is willing to do. You have to be willing to bleed for it, cry for it, suffer for it. Because the life you want isn't going to hand itself to you, it must be taken. And it will only be taken by someone who refuses to quit. So don't stop. Don't even think about it. Keep going until there's nothing left in you, and then keep going some more. You will surprise yourself. You will discover strength in places you never knew existed. You will realize that the limits you thought you had were illusions, boundaries created by fear. But fear is a liar. The only real limit is the one you set for yourself. And today, right now, you have the chance to break that limit. To prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Every second that passes is a second you won't get back. Don't waste it. Use it. Use the pain, the frustration, the doubt as fuel. Use every failure as a stepping stone. Use every moment of discomfort to push yourself forward. This is your life, your story, your moment. No one else can live it for you, and no one else will fight your battles. It's all on you, and that's what makes it beautiful. Because when you cross that finish line, when you look back and see everything you fought through, everything you conquered, you'll know it was worth it. You'll stand tall, not just because you reached your goal, but because of who you became in the process. And that, my friend, is the real victory. You were built for this. Now prove it. This is where legends are born, not in moments of comfort, but in moments of exhaustion. When the body says no and the mind whispers, give up. Yet somewhere deep within, a fire still burns, small but steady, refusing to be extinguished. That fire is your will. It's the thing that keeps you moving when everything around you suggests it's time to quit. And that fire? It's all you need. One more step, one more try, one more day. Success isn't about grand leaps. It's about persistence, an unbreakable spirit that keeps showing up no matter how many times it falls. Every inch forward matters. Even if it feels like you're crawling, you're still moving. And the truth is, you are much closer than you think. Often, the hardest part of any journey is just before the breakthrough. This is where most people fail, when the finish line is just out of sight, but the wait feels unbearable. Don't be most people. You've already invested too much. You've already endured too much. If you stop now, you'll have suffered for nothing. And there is no worse pain than regret. You weren't meant to live in the shadow of regret, wondering what could have been if only you had held on a little longer. You were meant to rise, to break through, and to become the person you were destined to be. But that only happens if you keep going. No one remembers the person who almost made it. The world remembers those who did. Champions, survivors, trailblazers, they all share one thing. They refused to stop when others would have. They knew that the pain was temporary, but quitting would last forever. Every time you think about giving up, remind yourself why you started. Think about the dreams that kept you awake at night, the visions of a future that only you could see. That vision is still alive, waiting for you to claim it. But dreams don't become reality without effort, without sacrifice, without sweat and struggle. The price of success is high, but the rewards are priceless. And here's the thing, you already have what it takes to pay that price. It's within you. It's always been within you. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent, intelligence, or luck. It's persistence. It's the ability to endure the dark days and keep going when the world feels heavy. It's waking up every morning and saying, not today. Today, I fight, and that fight is one choice at a time. Every time you choose to press on instead of giving up, every time you decide to take one more step forward, you are winning. Success isn't some distant prize at the end of the road, it's being forged with every small victory along the way. You have to trust the process, even when it feels like nothing is working. Success takes time, and progress isn't always visible. It's like planting a seed. For a long time, you see nothing, but beneath the surface, roots are forming, laying the foundation for something great. And then, one day, without warning, everything blooms. That's how it works. You may not see the fruits of your labor today, tomorrow, or even next month, but if you stay the course, it will come. And when it does, it will feel like all the suffering was worth it. But until then, you have to hold the line. You have to keep pushing, keep grinding, and keep believing. Even when no one else believes in you. Even when everything in your life seems to scream that it's time to stop. Because the truth is, those moments of despair are your greatest teachers. They teach you what you are truly made of. They reveal your character, your strength, and your heart. And you will come out of them stronger, sharper, and ready for whatever comes next. No one said it would be easy, but the best things in life never are. Easy things don't build champions. Struggles do. Pain does. Sacrifice does. Every tear, every failure, every lonely night, it all adds up. And in the end, it will be worth it. One day, you will look back at this journey with pride, knowing that you didn't quit when it got tough. Knowing that you fought for your dream with everything you had. And that's what makes it special. That's what makes it yours. So keep going. Keep fighting. Keep believing. Your future self is waiting on the other side of this storm, and they are proud of you. They are grateful that you didn't quit when things got hard, that you kept moving when the path felt uncertain. They know what you will soon discover, that the person you become through this process is far greater than any reward at the end. The strength, the resilience, the grit, it all stays with you long after the goal is reached. Right now, the only thing left to do is keep going. One step at a time, one moment at a time, you are closer than you think. So close that giving up now would be a tragedy. The pain will pass, the struggle will end, but the victory will last forever. This is your moment. This is your story. And it doesn't end here. It ends when you why. But even when you win, the journey won't truly be over. That's the secret they don't tell you. Winning isn't the finish line. It's just another step. Success isn't a place you arrive at and stay. It's a mindset, a way of life. You win once, and then you look for the next mountain to climb, the next challenge to conquer, the next version of yourself to unlock. Because real champions know that complacency is the enemy. The moment you stop pushing forward is the moment you start falling backward. Growth is a constant pursuit. There is no standing still. You either evolve or you fade. And that's why the fight never really ends. But it's not something to fear, it's something to embrace. The hunger, the grind, the pursuit, it's what keeps life meaningful. You'll realize that the true joy isn't in reaching the destination, but in the chase. It's in the mornings when you rise before the sun, knowing that each effort is shaping you. It's in the small victories that no one else notices. It's in the failures that teach you lessons you couldn't learn any other way. People will see the finished product, but they'll never understand the nights you doubted yourself, the sacrifices you made, or the internal battles you fought alone. And that's okay. This journey isn't for them, it's for you. The satisfaction you'll feel comes not from the applause of others, but from knowing that you gave it your all. You'll walk with your head high, not because life was kind, but because you were unbreakable. And when you win, when you stand at the top, battered but victorious, you'll know that this is only the beginning. You'll smile not because the fight is over, but because now you understand what it takes. You'll know that no matter what life throws at you next, you'll handle it. You'll endure, you'll adapt, and you'll rise again, because that's who you are now. You've become someone who doesn't back down, someone who thrives in discomfort, who sees obstacles as opportunities, and who knows that every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. You'll learn that happiness isn't found in avoiding challenges, but in mastering them. It's in proving to yourself time and time again that no matter how tough things get, you can handle it. You'll start to welcome the struggle because you know it's shaping you into someone unstoppable. The moments that once broke you will now fuel you. The fear that once held you back will be replaced with confidence. And that inner voice that used to say, "You can't," will now say, "Watch me." The most powerful thing you'll discover along the way is that the victory isn't just in achieving your dream, it's in becoming the kind of person who never quits. That's the real win. It's not the trophies, the recognition, or the rewards, it's the unshakable belief that you can overcome anything. And that belief will carry you through every future storm, every challenge, and every hardship. The people who doubted you, they won't matter anymore. The obstacles that seemed impossible, they'll just be memories of battles you already won. And the fears that used to haunt you, they'll fade, replaced by a quiet but unbreakable confidence. You'll realize that everything you went through was preparing you for more. Life doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. So don't stop here. Not now. Not ever. Keep chasing, keep grinding, keep growing. There are new heights to reach, new battles to fight, and new dreams to pursue. Every victory opens the door to a greater challenge. And that's what makes this journey so beautiful. You'll never run out of mountains to climb, and you wouldn't want to. Because this is who you are now. You're not someone who settles. You're someone who rises. And that's why the fight never really ends. But it's not something to fear, it's something to embrace. The hunger, the grind, the pursuit, it's what keeps life meaningful. You'll realize that the true joy isn't in reaching the destination, but in the chase. It's in the mornings when you rise before the sun, knowing that each effort is shaping you. It's in the small victories that no one else notices. It's in the failures that teach you lessons you couldn't learn any other way. People will see the finished product, but they'll never understand the nights you doubted yourself, the sacrifices you made, or the internal battles you fought alone. And that's okay. This journey isn't for them, it's for you. The satisfaction you'll feel comes not from the applause of others, but from knowing that you gave it your all. You'll walk with your head high, Not because life was kind, but because you were unbreakable. And when you win, when you stand at the top, battered but victorious, you'll know that this is only the beginning. You'll smile not because the fight is over, but because now you understand what it takes. You'll know that no matter what life throws at you next, you'll handle it. You'll endure, you'll adapt, and you'll rise again, because that's who you are now. You've become someone who doesn't back down, someone who thrives in discomfort, who sees obstacles as opportunities, and who knows that every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. You'll learn that happiness isn't found in avoiding challenges, but in mastering them. It's in proving to yourself time and time again that no matter how tough things get, you can handle it. You'll start to welcome the struggle because you know it's shaping you into someone unstoppable. The moments that once broke you will now fuel you. The fear that once held you back will be replaced with confidence. And that inner voice that used to say, "You can't," will now say, "Watch me." The most powerful thing you'll discover along the way is that the victory isn't just in achieving your dream, it's in becoming the kind of person who never quits. That's the real win. It's not the trophies, the recognition, or the rewards, it's the unshakable belief that you can overcome anything. And that belief will carry you through every future storm, every challenge, and every hardship. The people who doubted you, they won't matter anymore. The obstacles that seemed impossible, they'll just be memories of battles you already won. And the fears that used to haunt you, they'll fade, replaced by a quiet but unbreakable confidence. You'll realize that everything you went through was preparing you for more. Life doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. So don't stop here. Not now. Not ever. Keep chasing, keep grinding, keep growing. There are new heights to reach, new battles to fight, and new dreams to pursue. Every victory opens the door to a greater challenge. And that's what makes this journey so beautiful. You'll never run out of mountains to climb, and you wouldn't want to, because this is who you are now. You're not someone who settles. You're someone who rises. This is your life. This is your moment. And it doesn't end with a win, it begins with one. The road ahead may still be tough, but you've proven that you're tougher. So take a deep breath, smile, and keep moving forward. The fight never ends, and neither do you.